All right. So again, we're going to be in chapter 5 of the Apocalypse. That's what it's called in this particular Bible, but it's just Revelations. Okay. And it says the scroll and the lamb. Okay. Hold on one more second. Okay. So now it says, okay, and I saw upon the right hand of him who sits upon the throne a scroll. Okay. Now, let's just see if we can see anything that looks kind of like that. I mean, I'm guessing we could have picked a better coat of arms, but anyways, what could be in his, now it's not in his left hand, the lamb, right? It's more so laying on his right hand, right? Or hoof, right? All right. And again, it doesn't have any seals, because it's like most of the time when you do a coat of arms or something like that, has details, extravagant details. Even this would have had some type of details in it, and we'll look at it in the other image in a minute. You know, so again, okay, within and without. Okay, hold on, wait a minute. I might have went too fast. Okay, who sits upon the throne, a scroll. Okay. Oh, okay. So again, it's just saying a scroll sits upon the throne. Okay. And it says written with and without, sealed, written within and without. Okay. Okay. Again, maybe we can pick something up. Okay. So it says, and I saw, okay, sits upon the throne, a scroll. Okay. So again, you know, this is funny because I'm looking at it as a scroll. The imagery from antiquity is going to definitely have that. But then I'm scrolling, right? We're scrolling, right? You see how funny, you know, sometimes it is. Okay. But anyways, again, who sits upon the throne, a scroll. So, and my phone is in my right hand right now, right? Okay. So again, it's saying that somebody that sit on the throne. So again, either, you know, the throne is symbolic for a certain status or a certain rulership or place. Or again, when we're talking about the throne of God, you're talking about your pineal, right? Then, okay, and we're dealing with feminine energy. Well, I feel like I'm a woman, so called, but you know, more of a, I don't know, masculine, I don't know. It's hard to explain. I think, you know, like think like a man almost, right? Okay. So again, you know, and is it sometimes when women have to take on duties by themselves and be, secluded or, you know, backed into a corner, do they have to go into that part of their mind and open up that? And it's not like fight or flight, but it's really, you know, thinking and bringing light in a sense, right? Okay, because there's nothing more powerful, especially, and there's nothing more powerful than a single mother at that. Okay, on this earth, on this planet, to me, those are the superheroes. Okay, so it says, so it's funny that they're not really cast in that many, you know. Okay, I don't want to be sounding all feministic. Okay, because everybody think that that's what it is just because you want to just speak the truth. So again, it says, in written within and without, sealed with 7 seals. Okay. So again, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, which one is different then? There's one has to be off. Wait, 4 and 4, that's 8. You know, unless one of these is really actually different. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. These are exactly the same. These emblems. Oh, we don't have the pen, do we? Let me see if I have it over here. Yep. Okay. So, and I ain't got time to be cleaning this up, y'all. It is what it is, okay? So, again, if you see some stuff in the corners and stuff, that's just too bad. Okay, so again, we noticed that oh shoot. Okay. We'll notice that these things right here, the crosses or whatever, are identical. The towers are identical. They like mirror each other, right? But then again, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But then that's still 6. That's still only 6. Oh, but then what is this thing here? Okay. Does look like the Pope's hat, and then all these arrows here and this archer looking thing. And I knew on that other one this looked like initials. FI. Okay. But again, written within. Okay. And again, what we see here, these flags are the same flag, but it's not identical. It's flipped. They could have had it flipped. Do you see what I'm saying? Let's go back. They could have had them flipped the same way. You see what I'm saying? To make it seem, but the fact that that slight difference is there makes me think it's especially also with this lion that looks like a dragon with a crown. Do you see what I'm saying? And it's reminding me of Inanna having her foot on that lion in the images that we looked at the other day. Because something strange is going on here. That there's a role reversal or there's something that's going on here. Okay. So anyways, we see the lamb here. There's no seals or nothing on this one. Okay. But there's no writing or no image on the flag here. Okay. But let's see. When we look at this one though, there's the seals right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? And then the scroll right here, you know, hey, this could, I mean, it's like flying away like a scroll, like a ribbon or like a scroll, right? Okay. And it's marked. All right. All right. And it says, and I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, who is worthy to open the scroll and to break the seal thereof. And no one in heaven, okay, so no one in elevated statuses, if we're talking about this realm here, right? And no one in the mind, right, could open it. So again, nobody could visualize it, and nobody could see it, right? Nobody could really understand it. Now, again, the way that I've seen that it works with these particular type of videos or any of my videos, you know, I just find it hard to believe that everybody gets to download at the same time. So when I notice that in certain, you know, communities, when it comes to readers and seers, that it's funny how, again, I know that there's some kind of telepathic energy going on, but I'm getting frustrated because I also think that some of this is technology and the information is getting into the wrong hands. So it's kind of making me feel a little uncomfortable that there seems to be a way where people are tapping into my information. We'll just say it like that so we don't go sounding any kind of crazy or anything, right? Because we do know that the apps and stuff are listening to you, right? So again, it feels almost as though as I'm putting information out, it just seems like other people are putting it out in other ways. And I told you guys that my channel has 100% in my eyes been suppressed, right? And I feel like someone is actually taking information and sharing it somewhere else, period. Okay. So that's just how I feel. And I feel like it's a little bit invasive and I don't like it and I would like it to stop. And that's just it. It's been that way for a couple of months. And it's funny, I was just watching some kind of news clip with the speaker, right? The one speaker, I can't remember, I don't know her name really. And she was saying something pertaining to, what was it pertaining to? Why did I even bring her up? Oh man, I cannot remember. I can't remember. I think it was something about like the proving something about like some type of information. And I just couldn't, I can't remember. I'll just forget it until I remember again. Okay. And I was just thinking to myself, what they really trying to say? You know, it was just something that was like kind of like, yeah, you would have had to get it. Okay. But it was really something telling. And it's bothering me that I can't remember, but we'll just keep going. Okay. So again, and I saw the strong angel proclaim with a loud voice, who is worthy, okay? And no one in the heavens, okay? Or on the earth, or under the heavens, okay? So again, no one in the heavens. So again, this could be a spiritual heaven, meaning something that's going on in the makings of your mind's eye, right? Or your pineal, or your corona or crown, right? And then it says, or on earth, okay? So nobody even on the earth, right? Not even anybody on the earth can do this, right? So it's just not, it didn't say the earth itself, but it's saying anybody that's on it, okay? And it says, or under the earth, okay? So again, for me, I feel like the status is what we're talking about, okay? And I feel like spectators or whatnot are, again, watching over us, just like, source will have, someone watching over, right? But again, there's like, when we look at the heavenly angels, they're soldiers or militia, right? When we're talking about on the physical, right? And historical and in the Bible. And again, so if we have the heavens here, which is exalted statuses in this caste system or construct or in governing forces, then we're also talking about people that would be in higher positions in society. Okay. So again, these are people that are on the earth that are doing their due diligence and scoping out the earth, right? So that means that they're spying on the earth. And if I'm telling you that, again, what I feel like I'm sitting in sometimes is a Gaia energy, then that's what I'm talking about, right? So it says, and under the earth, okay? And so again, let's remember, okay, we're talking about under, like a status that's under the earth. Okay, so that would be someone that would be underneath, okay, in that particular type of status, right? But again, you have people that are over in bloodline in heraldry, right? But again, like I told you before, it's the further away you can get from the original people, the original people, the first peoples of this land, not even the first, pre-colonial, pre-Genesis, those particular people, pre-Adamic, whatever you want to call it, those people that were here. I don't even want to say Clovis, but again, those people that were here, those were the original bloodlines or of the people that were in this land. Colonizers came to colonize and to graft in or to cleave to the wife. The wife is representing the Americas or the soil. The soil represents the people. The land or dry land is someone who refuses to allow any type of defilement to a certain extent, or any type of sexual intercourse, which also means to be intertwined with somebody in some type of agreement as well. It doesn't always mean that type of sex. Okay. So again, anybody that would be under the earth was first. In Genesis, it says when God began creating in some of these Bibles. Okay. The heavens and the earth was first a whatever it was, chaotic mass. Okay. So again, if you think about, if they've been tuning things up around here, the earth was going out of control, global warming, those terms that we use, climate change, something was changing on the earth. We're talking about mama. We're talking about that energy that I'm sitting in. We're talking about the ruach. We're talking about wisdom. We're talking about the Holy Spirit, right? So something is amiss here. Something is amiss here. I feel like at some time this empress found out who it was, what it was, and the men that were the seamen with their seamen that came here to scout out the land, right? The storehouses, the womb of the original woman, right? And even if we want to look at it like this, as if we're talking about the oldest serpent, are we really talking about somebody that, because we notice we use serpent there. Serpent is not all used throughout the rest of the Bible. It's the devil, Lucifer, Satan, right? So again, let's just see if there was a in a situation. If I'm telling you, when we're talking about the Americas, we talk about the King James Bible, we talking about the 1600s, we talking about that Old Testament about our ancestors here on this land here in the Americas. All right, that's just what it is. Okay, so again, the women were, it was a matriarchal societies, so the women were ruling. Ashura of or Ashereth of America. Well, whoever came in, okay, and then remember we talked about the first black water. These are all portions of land where, again, my family, resided. And so is there a connection to that soil? And that's why I'm able to sense these, or my Akashic records are opening up, because again, when we do look at it, I think in a form Lilith, they try to make her dark and evil and everything too. So something happened here. Maybe she found out that that people was playing games with her, and some of these kings and stuff was playing games with her, and she knew who she really was. And so the only thing they can do is really try to get rid of her. And so again, all this oppression and suppression, all these goddesses that have their faces covered and stuff like that in all of these ancient images, this is representing something. I know it for a fact because I'm going through it. Source and the ancestors have allowed me these visions and these instances, again, whether it is by design, but by tech, or is something that is naturally occurring. I have been able to witness these things. Okay, so again, we're talking about the storehouses in meat. We are talking about that type of intercourse at some points in time. I feel like even when we're talking about tubal cain, that is talking about a tubal type of a pregnancy or some kind of insemination. And I think that we just don't realize, that we're dealing with different beings and different dimensions on this level and on this plane. So we can't really see. Okay. So even when we look at this, hopefully it's here. Okay. So again, if we look at this image here, and now we already looked at it, and we looked at something like this already. Okay. So again, this is an image that I took in the middle of the night. I thought I saw something in the sky, and I ended up taking a picture. And again, that we were just looking at the coat of arms with those colors. It's kind of like some ice blue color here. It's like an icy kind of clear crystal color, like a diamond or whatever. And then here's a color like sardine, right? I mean, it even looked like somebody's peeking behind. This is just a regular parking lot with some trees. Why the image came out this way, I don't know. Why I'm hearing gunshots outside, I don't know. Or even fireworks at this point in time. Okay, so anyways, okay, so we have this shape right here where we looked at in the other videos. It looks kind of like a red. I mean, it could be looking like a red dragon. Okay. And I don't know. This kind of looks strange here. Okay. I mean, but this kind of looked like strange, like a dragon's face also. I mean, it could look like got a red blood or something right there on his head too. I don't know. It kind of looked like the dragon from Neverending Story. Okay. So again, let's see. And then this image here. Okay, we almost see, oh wait, let's look back at this one again one more time. We almost see a face here of like a lion, almost even. Like this is a throne. Dude, stop. Hold on a minute. This is like a damn throne. I'm telling you, this is like a throne. Oh, look at this. This looks like a face of a dragon. Look, y'all can't even see because I don't got the thing. And if I touch it, it's going to go to the screen. And oh, maybe not. Okay, maybe you can see that little dot. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely looks like some forms of creatures. And it looks like a throne, dude. That's what it looked like. Okay. And then just imagine if this would be like the red dragon, right? Okay. Because also we're going to see, the woman looked and she was in travail and everything like this. And, at that time I can remember really going through a lot of stuff when it was coming, because I was coming into this energy, right? And so a lot of things were, just a little bit too intense but again, once I grounded myself and realized what was going on, I think it took me like a week or whatever while I'm like tripping out. Like, because if you've seen some of the things that I've seen, you would be like, hold on. I mean, it feels like a movie, dude. It feels, and that's what I'm saying. It feels like lately, like I'm about to get pumped. I'm waiting for the people to jump out. I'm waiting for the people to come out because this is just too much. Okay. It's too much. But definitely this looks like a person is standing in there, dude. Okay. So again, this is deeper. This is deeper. This is deeper. And so again, it made me remind. So I was reading earlier, like the part where it said about the woman and the dragon was standing in front of her, ready to devour the child. And then when we looked at this, okay, well, this is kind of like what I told you that kind of looked like. Okay. Okay, so remember I told you like this is the same night within the same 20 minutes, within the 20-minute span I was out there. Okay. So this is the same night with the image of the lady, right? With the headdress, and she got like it looked like again something round or a skull or a face on top of her head, right? Okay. Let's see. All right. So somebody is really playing with fireworks. I mean, there's a concert in the backyard, firework. You know what? This is a punk session. I, Hold on. Okay, stop. All right. Okay, so we see the image. This is just smoke, right? From tobacco. All right. All right. So let's wait 1 second. So again, when we look at the whole thing about Hathor, okay, or Hathor, she was the most powerful. She was a goddess of many things: love, beauty, music, dancing, fertility, and pleasure. She was the protector of women, though men also worshipped her. She had priestess and priestesses in her temple. Again, this is in her. They show this temple back there, right? But this is talking about in her mind, dude. Whether it's AI or it's something that just automatically, that is a telepathic thing that is natural. But again, I mean, we talk ancient aliens. Like again, do you understand what I'm saying? Who knows that we don't have some of the technology? You see what I'm saying? Okay. And then how long ago was this? It wasn't that long ago. It wasn't that long ago. I feel like the 18th dynasty has to do with the 18th century. I mean, I've done videos here, y'all. I mean, I don't know. And again, this is that shape that I was telling you. And if you look at it, it kind of looks like the head of like a pterodactyl or something. If this is just like an image that somebody, some for sale or something like that. With the original images, you can see an eye there. That's a head of a creature. Okay. But again, also she is a female. And what happens? The sun, clothed with the sun. See? Okay. So again, this is that sun energy. That's the linking up. Again, I feel of a divine masculine and feminine energy, right? That creates a powerhouse in a sense, right? Okay. But then again, look at her sitting here with the scarlet and emerald, and she got this staff in her hand, you know, and again, in her right hand, she's got the ankh. Okay. So again, and there's an eagle or, oh, there we go. And there's something like an eagle or a bird shape that's on top of her head. See, even clothed. So again, this could represent fowl of the air, okay? Because the fowl of the air is in the book of Genesis. It's talking about people, groups, and probably more than likely they had a coat of arms or something that made them these. Just like when you talk about tribes or clans or anything, they had animals represent like the whatever tribes, okay? Then they had like animals or whatever to verify, okay, or to represent, okay. So, all right, let's see. So again, you got these women right here that look like that woman in that image, and if you go back, you'll see that again, her right eye was plucked out, okay. I wonder what that means, Again, even right and left side of the brain, good and evil, um, the angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other shoulder. Again, the two goats, the two columns, the two bunches of palms, all of these things. And who's to say this ain't a scroll right here on her shoulder? Okay. So again, we were talking about the woman. Okay. Same thing. The eye with the eye here. Okay. And then we're talking about the woman, and this dragon in front of her, right? Getting ready to devour her child. And again, I told you guys, Okay. Anyways, this would look like a dragon to me as well. And it kind of looks like what was in that image too. Okay. Okay. And it's almost funny here with this image here because this kind of looks like one of my uncles back in the day. Actually, my Uncle Moses. Okay. That has a brother named Aaron. Okay. And my dad's name is William. Mm. Hmm. That's the only thing they knew, that they kept those names all the way throughout the generations. Jesse. John. And this looks like, again, my uncle, he passed on, a while back or whatever. But I mean, it looks like him in his smaller days, or even just like the beard and stuff, kind of look like him, um, from old pictures that you see of them back like in the 70s and stuff like that. So, and I feel like this is a staff or something that he's holding. And this kind of like rocked my sockets and blew my mind actually when I seen it. And then if we look at what's over his head, you'll see this here. Um, but it's funny because on my grandma's side they got uh, Philip and David. And those particular names. Anyway, it looks like the horns or whatever what that is, that will be on Ra's, on the top of Ra's head with the sun, sitting on it. Okay. And then again, so we're talking about the lady or the dragon and everything, and we're talking about the baby or whatever. Now look at this. So again, I feel like there is a sense of a spiritual um level when it comes to a lot of things. Okay. Now, okay. Do I think that there's other beings here? Do I think that there's ways of, abduction? And what do they do when they abduct, supposedly? To, they are fondling and things like this. So again, I feel like people can be caught up to God, or caught up in a sense, right? Right? And then there could be, like, we'll just call it like a spiritual birth or something in another dimension or on another level, right? We're not going to go all the way into that because, again, we're trying to behave here. Okay. But this almost still look like the same headdress that's in the smoke that I just showed you. It has the skull here, right? It's got the lady. Her eyes are kind of, strange, here. Okay. Why? I don't know. Okay. It's remind me of like how they used to say the moon-eyed people. That it was something I was reading about, these certain Indians that were moon-eyed people. I don't know. It always reminded me of Japanese for some reason. But again, I digress. That don't mean that that's what it means. But again, if okay, that's what they used to call the people. Okay, but you see, remember when I said it looks like the lady is holding a baby? If you go back to the smoke signal image, okay, and look really closely, and just look at these two next to each other, you'll start seeing like the little things. Okay. And again, I told you guys it looked like she was holding a baby, and that's exactly what's going on in this image here. So again, something. And then again, if you look at this here, this image here, when it comes to Quetzalcoatl, whatnot, you see this looks like a dragon. And it takes me back to times, again, we're here. It takes me back to times when I've seen, strange things, like I realized that I've been having these like things for a lot of time. And so now all of a sudden, like, even me in the Bible, like we have been for the past 3-4 years on this channel, it's like now something is living, and the word is always living to me, but now like it's just on top of, and I think just because of the experiences, like I said, that I've had over the past amount of time. Okay. So again, this looks the same like what that orange thing looks like, and it actually looks kind of red, right? Like a dragon. Okay. All right. So again, I'm just saying other things that were going on at that time as well that I won't go into because it's kind of private, you know, um, like even just sensations of something, of feeling something, feeling a loss or something at that time, which was why I was sitting out there, just sitting, chilling, away from the house. Um, so yeah, I'm just saying, okay. So let's see. I don't even remember. Okay, so again, okay, so whew. So again, I wanted to bring up the King of Wands as well, because here you see somebody holding something that looks like a scroll. Again, there look like there's eyes or etchings roundabout. Okay. Also, if you look here, look at that face right there. Ain't that some trippy stuff? Ain't that tripped out, y'all? Oh, and actually there's someone standing here too. Can you see it? Hold on. Let's see. You might just have to use this real quick. Okay, Max, yeah, there's faces on here. Look at that. One face, something like a serpent. No. Oh, this is a person, dude. This is a person. Look. Like a serpent person. A head, right? Then like a little red dome up here. All right. Huh. Yep, kind of strange. Then you got one creature here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It look like twins or something inside this thing here. Okay. So again, you're like, how far does this go? And what's really going on? You hear people say strange things sometimes. Okay. All right. So again, there is no one on the earth or under the earth was able to open the scroll or to look thereon. And I wept much because no one was found worthy to open the scroll or to look thereon. Okay. So again, there's something else, like, and see, this whole thing for me, it feels like, and we're going to go back to Job in a second, right? Because there's some things that just caught me and struck me real funny up in there. Okay. That seemed like that is, again, going on right now. Okay. And so again, and so like something I feel like, again, I'm doing this work, right? But I do it because I do it. I do it because it's my purpose, I feel, and what I like to do. And so, but I feel like some people are, taking advantage so that they can, I feel like, again, something is, okay, we'll just say this. I feel like there's something that's helping me to assist me to see. But is it really for me? Because again, I have to be using common sense. Okay, I have to use common sense. And I have to use everything that's going on around me, including things on my algorithm and so again, if I am doing this, again, my team, some parts of my team, my spiritual team, feel as though to do this work, you got to be like in it all the time, right? But we'll try to make it seem like you're not an important part of the community or groups because, again, you may not participate or be involved in things like, but again, this is like, for me, I don't know. You see what I'm saying? It's hard to explain. So again, I feel like around this time I have been wanting to veer back off into working, but this has been totally consuming me. And it's like, okay, if I'm doing this for source, I'm just going to be doing this. I'm not even really concerned about that or whatever. But at the same time, all I've been getting is like smacked in the face. Like by just energy, like around, and it's just, it feels like, come on, man. Like, no, I've been, you know what I'm saying? And it's not even to say, because I know that in Job is going to try to make it seem like, oh, look, he's talking about himself as if, or pride. You hear people, again, I hear these people doing these things, and it just happened to be in my algorithm, my feed, or these words being mentioned subconsciously or whatever throughout the day to try to make me feel some kind of way about being prideful or something like that. And it's just to stop from the message from coming out, I think. Right? So again, you have forces on here that are just like so excited that this stuff is happening. And then there's some that just want you to shut the hell up because it's gonna show the true colors or the true nature of what they've been doing. Right? So again, I mean, it's a very strange for me. It's very strange. Right? To be that one. and know you're that one. And then you have to, again, patience, right? And then I have to wait to see, source, you know, is going to show me something, or am I going to be like one of these people that I feel like when we're reading their story in here, they were misled, saying, oh no, don't do this right now. And then, somebody in a higher rank come and say, why didn't you do this? Well, such and such said, well, damn, that's not what I told, you know what I'm saying? So it's a struggle. It's a battle, actually. It really is every day. Okay. So, and then again, when it comes to the messengers, somebody in Job was saying, hey, we never told this or whatever, and we said it like this, and there. So there's what? Stop doing that. That stuff is sticky. You're gonna get it. Okay, I don't care. Stop it. Okay. So anyhow, always. Okay. So again, this person wept or whatever, and then there was nobody. And like I was saying, I feel like this whole thing too is just like, how am I supposed to feel? How am I supposed to trust anything going on around me when I feel like I'm this vessel of something that it feels like, again, no one wants to, be bothered with or whatever, and that's fine because I just, dip into my work like I'm supposed to. This is what helps me. This is what heals me. Is what, but at the same time, it's also sometimes feels harmful, right? It feels harmful, and it puts you out there to a certain extent where it gives people space and opportunity to say, oh, you shouldn't say too much. Oh, tell it all. But, the tell-it-alls are knowing that the information is leading it to look some kind of way as if you're not put together well, right? Or there may be an issue. And like I said, I usually look at that because you have these individuals, right, that you may not even know, what means your spiritual family or again, through heraldry, when it comes to the hierarchy portion of the family that are in the so-called heavens, possibly, right? Okay. And them having certain knowledge and being of certain age and wisdom and things like this to know certain things, right? And so it's almost like it's almost like a setup, or like somebody playing too much, like somebody playing a game. And that's just what I say. This is what I feel like, because it's too much. It's too real. It's too real. It's too right there, too tangible, too, it's just there. And so again, it puts you in a messed up situation to be someone that is what one will say. Let's use those religious words. It'll make people feel more comfortable. Prophesying. Okay. Right. I usually say prophecy or plan, because I can read through here and I see the parts that are prophecy, and I also see the parts that are plan, meaning that these were things that people planned out to do in order to deceive or to change something. And again, so if that's what they were doing, then I'm right here in this particular situation to make sure it goes right. Order in the court, period. That's been my road to what would be called some form of redemption, if you want to say. Okay. So again, it says, and one of the elders said to me, okay, so even when I'm just saying elders, and I think the elders have to do with, the OGs. That's just how I feel. Or something like that. Okay. Okay. So it says, and one of the elders said to me, do not weep. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David. Okay. So again, this is the root of David. It's different to be a branch or to be the fruit. No, the root. It's almost like the ruach. It's the root. It's the root. Okay. Of, in these trees that, again. Okay. All right. The Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, has overcome to open the scroll and its 7 seals. And I saw, and behold, in the midst of the throne, and of the 4 living creatures. Okay. Again, these creatures could be also someone that was created. Okay. By a Lord God, because remember, God created in Genesis 1, the Lord God, and he went to rest. And then the Lord God picked up and started to create in chapter 2, which is someone that is a Lord, a land of the Lord. Lordship. It's not God. It's not God. What happened to God? When we're talking about these women that have been blinded, what happened to God? She was blinded. She was blindsided. Something happened. Someone took her powers. See? to bring her down a notch. For what reason? And then we're supposed to trust and have belief and faith, right? Okay. But how? You see, we got to have common sense and discernment and intuition and all these good things, again, that naturally, for some reason, so-called women is pertaining to so-called women. We have an intuitiveness, right? So again, what way to make something that is a gift, or to be a seer or a reader or someone who is intuitive, and then you have people wanting to, as if they may be trying to help you, but really they're trying to harm you because they want you to come off as one of these people. They want you to come off as a witch or something, so that there'll be a reason to, again, they want to expose your information. So I'm taking this. No, I'm taking this to this day. They would like to exploit you. They would like to listen in on you and let the whole world in to embarrass you, or like some kind of ritual, even, to a sense. So again, it may be something that has something to do with something like a trial, right? Or some kind of something to some rights. But I would imagine if this was a God of mine, that he would at least give me a inkling that I am in a so-called race. Do you understand what I'm saying? So again, even Job, I think, was complaining about not having access to certain information, but people were coming back saying he did. And then somebody said, "Oh, you didn't give him." And then they were like, "Oh, well, we never said this, but we said that, I had a place for something about somebody being hungry or something." And then the person said, "Well, I never said that they couldn't come." You see what I'm saying? I never said that they couldn't come or whatever. But then again, when it comes to, if I look at this, when it comes to communication or socializing with people, it's the same thing. The group, it was about the people rejecting him, right? So the same thing is almost like that sense of something had happened. And I know it had to be deeper than just on some kind of level of just having somebody that doesn't like you. You know what I'm saying? This had to be something that's being done on a massive scale, right? To see the shift in the energy of the people. And so again, I'm just looking at this again from many different levels at this point in time. So let's just finish reading this real quick because they calling me. Okay. So again, somebody from the root of David, overcome and open the scroll, and it's 7 seals. And so today there was an energy as if I had been dropped off somewhere and somebody was like, "Okay, I'm done. We don't need whatever it is anymore." It's almost like a teetering sensation, like teetering into some kind of passing a test or something, or a trial. Okay. But then again, even if you did pass it, they're not going to give it. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those teachers or something, or one of those people, or your boss or something. You know what I'm saying? That know you did a good job, but they won't give you the credit. They'll give it to everybody else or whatever. Okay. So like in that instance. So it feels like, as if I was pushing for the stretch line for some kind of race or something, but then some energy wanted me to feel as though you failed again. But really, you kind of feel like you might not have, that you did all you could, and it was something, you know what I'm saying, great in your eyes, maybe not in everybody else's, but you also have an energy that is hovering over saying that this person will never let this person in, right? It doesn't matter. Yeah, they had this much, but that's okay. So then that made me think about the angels that fell out of heaven, right? And I'm wondering if it was like a revolt or a rebellious kind of act. Okay. And it's just like, that's the energy, right? But then on the flip side, now all of a sudden I get an inkling and I'm feeling like, I'm like all in my head or whatever. I'm not even like really paying attention to things. While I was getting, what am I called? Oh, when I was getting my nails done, right? I had to take my daughter because she was going somewhere or whatever. So, so again, what was I going to say? Okay. Hold on. Don't, not right now. Okay. And so, okay, just turn that off. Okay. All right. And so again, so to be in that is a whole bunch to go through. That is a whole bunch. So for me not to even have any insight, you see what I'm saying? When it comes to my higher or my most high self, that's what I'm communicating. I'm not communicating with anybody in nobody's sky. Whatever I'm communicating with is already within me. The road is already in me, right? So again, even having help to nudge me in a certain direction by certain angels and ancestors and guides is still, you see what I'm saying, was not that type of support. It always still felt like I'm doing this job here that's very tremendous and hard to do, which again, I'm not never complaining. But it's almost like everything else. But then I had to remember the first shall be the last, right? Okay. So I just had to see that. And I had to be happy for those people as I feel like they grab their spiritual torch and be cool with that and still just do my due diligence, right? And then at the end of the day, so that's the heavy part, right? Because you say that some of this stuff, like I said, it's just been really like a whirlwind. But then when you go into Revelations and start reading that, it's making me think about this feminine energy up against this male energy, because this male energy, is coming to this matriarch as if you don't matter. And I could see, I feel like that's where it kind of stems from. And again, to raise up a generation of us that came into this truth and shared and did our due diligence or whatever. It's like, nah, I'd be damned. Nah. And I know that, again, there is other certain also copycat energy. That is really true. Some people will take your information, disperse it, and then allow other people to give it out. So again, that's something realistic to look at too. So again, I just have to keep stuff all the way real every time. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never nagging, complaining. Like, I've been just really standing up to a lot of stuff, like fear, like even some stuff I was reading today. I'm like, oh no. But I said, dang, you ain't even really, you know what I'm saying? You don't even really fear it. It is what it is. I mean, it's to a point now. Right? So again, it's like, and I feel like I should have been on my last rope. I should have been just probably went crazy, but no. That's what I was put here to do. They knew the mind, they knew so whoever created me, he knew he was creating a beast. And we can even use that term beast, because we're going to go into that too in Revelations. Okay. All right. So again, it says, to open up the seal or whatever, in the midst of the elders. So it's almost like somebody was trying to leave somebody behind, right? Oh, but you need somebody to open up that seal, don't you? Let me take a look at it. You see? Not to say that I can, or I even know what the seal, right, really all the way is. But I'm just saying, what are we talking about? Okay. You know what? It's tripped out. It's actually just what it is. Okay. And it says, okay, and now I saw, and behold, in the midst of the throne and of the four living creatures, and in the midst, excuse me, of the elders, a lamb standing as if it was slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes. Okay. I'm thinking of what that could be representing. Yeah. Okay. I'll go back into that later if I find something. Which are the 7 spirits of God sent forth into the earth. Okay. So again, which God? Okay. Which God? And again, the 7 seals, again, what are we talking about? Even when I think about that and I see those serpents in the heads and the temples of those people in ancient times, it makes me think about Medusa too, right? Because again, I'm pretty sure she didn't have serpents, but she might have had locks or something. But also she could have had, again, been dealing with a certain energy. And that energy, again, could be used to break somebody. Like we seen Bilquis in American Gods. They were trying to break her. Like I think what somebody was trying to do to me. Energy that was not a loving energy. Right? So I know it wasn't. Okay? And so again, when we're talking about that, you have to ask yourself common sense questions. Like, come on. Why am I trying to hold on? Okay. They probably still on the thing. Okay. I'll come see. Okay. All right, as if it was slain, having 7 horns, okay, so on and so forth. And took the scroll out of the right hand of him, and he opened the scroll, and the 4 living creatures and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, having each a harp and golden bowls. This is making me think of like the somebody of cups, maybe the king of cups or something of cups. Okay, full of incense, or even pentacles, maybe even. Okay, which are the prayers of the saints. Okay, so again, we're gonna go ahead and stop there. I need to get something to drink. My mouth is dry. Okay, from doing all this talking. But again, I mean, this is just like I said, what I'm, dealing with on that level. And again, I would hate to wake up one day and I've wasted time, because again, the message could have been spread differently or something like this, because it's never just been about some kind of gain or getting something from me, but some kind of, like I said, reassurance or some kind of information from God. But again, to be honest with you, many times, like I said, I feel like sometimes this stuff doesn't apply. I have to be able to use my eye. Okay. And then I also feel like, again, when we're dealing with that is that wisdom or the ruach, I feel like it's different. That's a different energy here. And again, and then you think about religion and how people say, oh, listen, these women got their mouths, they need to shut up and all this stuff. No, see, they got that stupid verse in there, which I don't even think that's what's the meaning. I mean, when we're talking about women in the Bible not speaking, that's talking about people going to, that's talking about like when our ancestors dealing with, let's say, sharecropping, where at some appointed times they couldn't go to the courthouse or they couldn't go to town meetings or whatever about what was going on, because again, they was getting tricked out of their land. So they could not speak in that church or that body or those buildings. They could not go and talk for themselves. They had to send the person. They had to send like the overseer or someone that they were, the other counterpart, put it like that. The one that was not probably the real owner. Okay. And so when you think about it like that, that's particularly the same thing, almost like how I feel. Like if there is some kind of council or something, it's almost like this person can't speak in it. So these people can, or only men are allowed. It's like I said, is that okay? And then it's like, okay, but even though, then how is that even, how you even playing the game? And maybe that's how people have been able to take advantage over time for so long, because again, nobody was looking at it like this. Okay. So again, I'm not done. And it just is frustrating at some points in times. Okay. So this whole thing is kind of funny, because then again, it leaves a woman almost to fend for herself. And it's funny to know that, again, I know very powerful individuals have to be, again, but I know there has to be some kind of code or some kind of something that's supposed to protect people. And I think that is very unfair if this is the case, right? Unless we're about to get punked. And we're about to get punked, then it is what it is. But if not, then again, it's a serious matter. So anyways, yeah, so it's just like I hope you guys can, I keep saying like a lot, but I hope you can kind of understand where I'm coming from and what I'm saying here. Okay. So again, I think that's it. So gratitude and grand rising to everyone, again, that keeps coming by the channel to watch the videos, to the ancestors and guides, and anyone else that, again, I feel like is a part of this ascension or this awakening. Again, yeah, so don't forget to, if you like, comment, rate, subscribe, and share, or you can meet us in the Facebook group American Aborigines Unchained for more information like this, not from me, but other, alternative information. So again, I'll see you guys soon. Take care.